All Business Media presents the Professionals Roundtable. Hear what's hot in the professional world. Timely topics to propel your career to the next level. Professionals Roundtable with Robert Wetham, exclusively on All Business Media.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. My next guest is a doctor of chiropractic at Leading Edge Chiropractic in Portland, Maine. Please welcome to the show, Dr. Benjamin Goudreau.
Hey, thanks for having me.
No problem. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. I appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your day.
Of course.
Dr. Goudreau, just start out by telling us a little bit about what you do.
Yeah, sure. So I am what I would call a subluxation-focused chiropractor, meaning that I focus more on the nervous system. A lot of other chiropractors tend to focus more on musculoskeletal conditions like neck pain and back pain, but I focus more on the nervous system because it controls the functioning and healing of the entire body. So by realigning the spine, taking the pressure off the nervous system, allowing the brain to communicate with the body, we can see a lot of different health outcomes that a lot of our other chiropractors can't see because they're more focused on just improving range of motion and neck pain and back pain and things like that.
Okay. All right. Very good. So tell me how you discovered to go this direction and why it's better. Yeah,
for sure. So I have a personal connection behind chiropractic. I was really sick when I was younger. I was about middle school age, and I remember I was playing Pop Warner football, and I was doing some tackling drills, and I felt a zinger go down my arm, and slowly after that, my health just began to decline. I was missing a lot of time out of school. My parents actually had to get me a tutor because I was missing so much time. I was spending a lot of time in doctor's offices and hospitals, and had a lot of different tests done, met, specialists in all these different fields, from rheumatologists to psychologists to oncologists. Basically, they labeled me with fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, and depression, gave me a bunch of medication, and told me that was going to be the rest of my life. That was going to be the story. And so my parents actually took me to see a chiropractor because it's kind of like a last-ditch effort. They had no idea what else we could do, and chiropractors started telling us about the power of the nervous system. It's basically the power that made the body heals the body, and so and that takes place through the nervous system. So he kind of theorized that maybe when I was playing football, that zinger that I felt, maybe that shifted the spine out of alignment, and that was causing my nervous system to act adversely. And so I started getting adjusted, and before I knew it, within a couple of months, I was back in school, I was back playing with my friends, and actually got to the point where I was able to play football in high school and even run track and field. So being sick at a young age, I knew I wanted to be in healthcare, but when chiropractic helped me, that's when I knew I wanted to be a chiropractor, and not just like any chiropractor, but one that's focused more on the nervous system because it has much more far-reaching effects.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm glad you were able to persevere and overcome the situation that you were in.
Thanks. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'll bet. So, tell me, what does it take to become a chiropractor?
Yeah. So it's a doctorate degree. I went to, I'm from New England, so I went to Franklin Pierce University. It's in New Hampshire, and basically did a pre-med track. You don't need to, but I did biology, and I was really good in the sciences, so it was kind of a natural fit for me. And then from there, I went to Life University College of Chiropractic, which is in Marietta, Georgia, just north of Atlanta, and that's another 4 years. So you have to take national boards. There's 4 different parts of boards. There's a physical therapy board that you can take as well, too, depending on the state that you want to practice in. And then from there, depending on whatever state you want to practice in, there's different licensing. There's jurisprudence exams to learn about the law and things like that. But basically, that's how it is. There's a little bit of you go through student clinic and an outpatient clinic, and then you even do a little bit of a residency program where you're working in an actual chiropractic office for probably like 6 months before you graduate to kind of learn how to practice.
So sort of an apprenticeship.
Yeah, so more or less, yeah.
Okay, and do you have any mentors that you learned from?
Yeah, I mean, some, through chiropractic history that, aren't with us anymore. But like, it was founded by a family called the Palmers, and the original school is out in Davenport, Iowa, called Palmer College of Chiropractic. So, DD and BJ Palmer, even though obviously they're not here with us, chiropractic was actually founded in 1895. So a lot of people through history that have written, extensive texts on chiropractic and the philosophy behind it, those people are definitely influences on me. I actually practice with another chiropractor here up in Maine, and his name is Dr. Clint Steele, and I've actually learned a great deal working with him as well. So outside of that, other people like Tony Robbins and Grant Cardone are huge influences on me just to kind of, help with my mental headspace as well, too.
Okay, and would you ever consider taking on an understudy?
Oh, totally. We have this saying in chiropractic that chiropractic, and I think a lot of other professions have this, where chiropractors tend to eat their young. And I think it's a lot of people get into chiropractic like myself. They have a huge passion behind it, but they don't really get into it knowing the business sense or how to actually go about and talk to people and help people and to bring them into the office and educate them about what we do. So I would love to see myself in a position someday where we have people, young docs coming into the office and I can help them avoid some of the pitfalls that I had, because even though I was really passionate about it, I really didn't know how to talk to people. And so that was a huge deterrent, because you need to be able to do all these other steps and run a business successfully in order to help those people. It is a necessity. So you need to know how to run a business so that you can help people. Because chiropractors are different from medical doctors or even osteopaths in that there's no hospital where we're really allowed. So as a chiropractor, you're in self-practice or private practice. So you have to learn how to be a business owner as well.
All right, and what are some of the challenges in that? Because you know what, it's funny. You study and you learn all the different things that you need to learn to be a chiropractor, but nobody really teaches you how to be a business owner unless you go to school for that specifically, right?
Of course, yeah. So my wife, case in point, she's going. She just took her classes to be a real estate agent. She just passed her real estate exam, and she's like, she knows all the details about zoning and all these laws for the state. But when it comes to networking and meeting people and having these different events to basically make your contacts, they don't teach you those things. And the same thing in chiropractic. We had this saying, 90% of the things that you learn in chiropractic school, you use 10% of the time, and the 10% of the things that you use, you'll use 90% of the time. So it's so funny how that works. But a lot of it is just trial and error, or hopefully getting into an office with a doc that wants to coach you and wants to train you. But big things in business, it's really, for me, I'm more introverted by nature, and so learning how to get out and to talk to people was definitely the biggest thing. You really have to, to rep yourself and be your own self-supporter, and if you're not going to rep your brand and what you do, then, nobody's really going to do it. So you have to be your biggest fan and not be afraid. There's a difference between repping yourself and being respectful and doing it in a right way, and kind of just putting yourself out there and being rude about it and, being number one all the time. A lot of people are kind of shy away from thinking that they're good at something, even though they're really great at it.
Very well said. Okay. So if anybody wants to get more information from you, Dr. Goudreau, how can they do it?
Yeah, sure. Probably the easiest way would be to go to our website, which is leadingedgechiro.com. Chiro is CHIRO for chiropractic. My email is also, my last name is Goudreau, so it's Good Chiro. It's GOUDCHIRO@gmail.com. And either of those two ways you can get in touch with me, either to learn more about the practice, or maybe anybody listening to this wants to be a chiropractor and wants to learn more. I'd be happy to talk to them, of course.
All right, perfect. Dr. Benjamin Goudreau, thanks for coming on the show. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
You too, thanks. Bye.
This is the Professionals Roundtable, All Business Media FM. Thanks for listening. We'll be right back after this.
All Business Media presents the Professionals Roundtable. Hear what's hot in the professional world. Timely topics to propel your career to the next level. Professionals Roundtable with Robert Wetham. Exclusively on All Business.